Hi there, and thanks for watching my video on how to prepare a file for Easypopulate. And in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to break up a file that's rather huge. Now, there's another video that I have on how to make the file to begin with, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to break it down a little bit because it's just a little bit too huge to put in one shot. So what I've done is I've made a deploy master file, which is all of them, and you can see the first file that I uploaded is deploy master 1 to 1000, 1001 to 3000. So the first time I put 1000 records up, then I tried 2000, and then I tried 2000. I did 2000 again, and then I started doing 3000 because I knew that quite possibly, given the speed of my server, everything seemed to work out fine. So all of these are going up 3000 at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from record 11,000 to record 14,000. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to reopen my deploy master file, which is the file that has 28,000 records in it. So I know that my end is going to be 14,000, so I'm going to scroll down to 14,000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the first 11,000 as well. But in order to not be confused by what I'm doing, I'm going to just start with the 14,000 record, and I'm just going to select 14,001 like so, and then I'll just take my scroll bar at the side and roll all the way down to the very bottom, and you can see that that's the last record. So I'm going to highlight that record as well, hitting the shift key before I click that record. So with shift I'll click that record, and then I'll just go over here, right click, and I'll select delete. So now I can see that my last record is number 14,000. So what I want to do is I want to cut off the first 11,000, and I'm going to do that by coming down here. When you get this many files, it's kind of difficult to scroll through them and all that. So anyway, there'll be a link in the description. If you don't feel like going through all of this, I can do it for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a thing in my cart for that. Okay, so I select 11,000, and then I just drop all the way back to the very beginning. And remember, you must leave this first row in place here, the products. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to do shift, I'm going to highlight all that, and I'm going to delete all of these records that I already have files for. So now I should have 3,000 records. So let me just scroll down to the bottom here, and 3,001 records, because actually that's correct. Let me unhighlight all that. The reason that's correct is because I have the V products line right there as well. So put that cursor up at the top, and then I'm going to file, save as, and I have my other files in here, and I've made them real easy to figure out because they're just like 8,001 to 11,000 on this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that 8,001 to be 11,001, and I'm going to change this over here to be 14,000. I'm going to save that, and it's going to ask me if I want to save it in such a way that it doesn't keep all of the mathematics and all that other crap. I'm just going to answer yes to this, and then I'm going to close this file. It's going to ask me if I want to save the changes I made, even though I just saved it, so I'm not going to save that. So anyway, there is how you make your file, and it's really easy to do. And if you don't feel like doing it yourself, because I know there's some complexity in this, and there's a lot of complexity in the way that the CSV files from your supplier are going to come to you, and they're not going to come to you in the regular Easypopulate format. So once again, there's going to be a link in the description down below if you want to hire me to do this, and I'll have some different pricing structures for depending upon how many records you're doing. If you're only doing like a couple or 3,000 records, obviously it's going to be a lot cheaper. If you're doing 50 or 100,000 records, the price is going to go up from that. The main problem is, you know, chopping up these files, putting them up. Sometimes they have to be put up 1,000 at a time, and if you have 100,000 records, that's quite a few records. But anyway, I do hope that this video has helped you figure out what you're doing with chopping up records for Easypopulate. And in the next video, I will show you how to install these, or in a previous video, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video.